Hello everyone, welcome. I know I'm currently doing a series all about religion, however, I'm going to have to put that on pause again like I did on Friday. There is something in the news right now that I would like to talk about, and it's a doozy because it's a scandal plaguing Canada. Not really. There is a scandal going on, but it revolves around Tim Hortons. Now, if you don't know, Tim Hortons is a fast food chain that serves, was mainly known for its coffee, its donuts, but it does serve other food as well, sandwiches, soups, that type of thing. And right now, it is doing its Roll Up the Rim, which it does every year. In the past, it always used to be that you would buy a certain size coffee and you would get a special cup, and if you rolled the rim up, it would either tell you, like, please play again, or it would say, win a, and tell you what you won. Usually most of the prizes were coffee and donuts. You would either get a free coffee or free donut. But they had larger prizes, sometimes including bikes, sometimes including, prepaid Visa for a certain amount of money, and the main prize was 40 cars. Then the pandemic struck, and the way of doing the Roll Up the Rims changed, where they made it all electronic at that point. And now what you do, I believe, is you go on the app. I don't actually have the app. I haven't even, I think, bought a coffee since the Roll Up the Rim started. Now, hello, Editor Andrew here. I double checked this because I wasn't quite sure when I was talking about how to actually roll from Roll Up the Rim. Apparently, it has nothing to do with the cups. You just have to scan either your rewards, Tim Hortons rewards card, or scan from the mobile app. In order to get your roll. You must have the app to roll, and so that's actually how it's done. But there was a problem this year because so each day of the Roll Up the Rim, customers are automatically entered into a daily jackpot draw for a $10,000 American Express prepaid gift card for every roll they make. But instead of saying they were added for some people, it told them that they had won the $10,000 prepaid gift card. That's a problem. Now, the chain said, and I quote, a small subset of individuals were affected. It didn't say how many. I know from what I looked at least a couple people in both Ontario and in the Maritime provinces were affected by this. It could be more. We don't know. They're not really saying too much about who was affected, who wasn't. And it happened on the first day of the contest where, again, they were notified that they had won instead of that they had entered. As an apology, they were all given, or supposedly all given, a $50 gift card in compensation. Now, at least one person has claimed to allegedly not have received either an apology nor compensation. And I know a couple people are looking at contacting lawyers to see if anything can be done. Now, I don't know personally what legalese was in the fine print to protect Tim Hortons from this. I don't know if this goes to court, if anything will be gained from it. And like I said, I don't know how many people have actually been affected by this, but honestly, I feel like they should have to honor those winning messages. You've told someone you won the prize. To me, you have to win the prize. Whether it's a glitch or not, that's on you as a company to test and make sure that glitch doesn't happen. So that's my thoughts on it. Of course, Tim Hortons has been in a lot of hot water recently, not only because of this faulty $10,000 winning message, but they also it was also found that their mobile app collected unnecessary amounts of data from people who used it during a certain time period. There was a huge investigation from the Federal Privacy Commissioner and from multiple Canadian provinces, and a report was made about this. And apparently, Tim Hortons collected something called granular location data for the purpose of targeted advertising. So if it knows you're like here and it knows the places around there that you might be interested in, then it can target ads for you. It also wanted to use that for the promotion of its products, but actually the company never used it for those purposes. And there's a quote from the report. It says, and I quote, "The consequences associated with the app's collection of data, the vast majority of which was collected when the app was not in use, represented a loss of users' privacy that was not proportional to the potential benefits Tim Hortons may have hoped to gain from improved target promotions of its coffee and associated products," the report said. As a result of this, there were a bunch of class action lawsuits that happened, I believe, primarily in British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec. And in possibly the most Canadian answer, other than handing out maple syrup as the compensation, Tim Hortons agreed that they would apologize and compensate those users with a free hot beverage and a free baked good. Now, there is a certain time period that we're talking about, but if you had the app during that time period, you could fill out a form and you would be compensated the coffee and donut on the app next time you used it. I have never had the app. I actually, because of my change in diet that I had to go and undergo, I have some food sensitivity issues. And the fact that I no longer eat sugar, period. I didn't get the app. I basically stopped going to Tim Hortons. I will go every now and again, just get a coffee with a little bit of cream in it. But even that's kind of difficult for me these days because I'm starting to become more lactose intolerant. So I haven't been to Tim Hortons in a while. That being said, I'm not a huge fan of putting a lot of apps on my phone for this reason. In most cases, people will really never know what information an app is actually tracking. They aren't going to know, what they do with that information, how they apply that information, if they apply that information. So I think this is a little bit of a wake-up call, hopefully, to some people, to realize that, these apps do a lot more than you think they do. And the fact that an app can track your location while it is off on your phone tells you just what else can other apps take. So be careful with the apps you have on your phone. There's been lists released recently where they actually tell you to get rid of that app if you have it. You can check those on Google because they just take all your information essentially. So anyway, that's that news. Let me know what you think. Should they have to honor those winnings? Because they did say that those people won. Personally, like I said, I think they should, but you may have a different opinion. Let me know in the comments below. As I said, I will be continuing on Wednesday, because this should come out on Monday, hopefully. I will be continuing with my series on religion and the immorality of the church's actions in the modern era. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.